My name is Yuridia Igbokwe, and I'm a Mercy Associate, and I also graduated from College of St. Mary in the Legal Studies program. She had a vision and she took action. She heard a lot of no's, but then that didn't stop her from the mission that she had. She really helped, and she was a great leader. A lot of people supported her. That's the legacy that I was interested to follow, because she was kind of sort of like a rebel too in that era, and I'm a rebel, and so I wish more people would know that just because someone say no doesn't, that's it. And she figured it out, and because she was a leader, she attracted the right audience that will say yes to her. So I guess what I would like more people to know is that she was a rebel, yeah, in that era. Because I'm a woman and I'm an immigrant woman too, the whole philosophy and the mission and herself, it was similar too. Going to different places and then being a woman, there was limitations. And so I think that's one of the things that inspired me to follow. They are traditional, but they're also non-traditional. So I will say they care about justice. They do care about justice. They care about proper education for women. They really show by actions that women have no limitations, and they can do whatever they want, wherever they want, however they want. Obviously, we have to follow some rules and traditions, but being Catholic, sometimes I used to think that I had limitations, and they showed no, everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome. Everybody should be welcome home. And so, for instance, I learned that they care a lot about the immigrants, and so they care too much about the environment. So they had the same values I had. Education for everyone. It doesn't matter the situation. I learned from that no was a maybe, and the maybe was a yes. And so, and the unity that they have, the network, and they're everywhere. And if somebody needs something, we'll figure it out. So it was like the power of the Sisters of Mercy, and they're warriors. They don't take no for an answer. They don't rest. And it's not something that is just a 9 to 5 kind of deal. It's their life. It's a true vocation, I will say it. An important moment for me was coming to Mass and meeting all of them. And these are ladies all of them were over 60. I met someone that was 96. And so for me, it was like, how do they live this long? And they're still fighting. They have a passion. So for me, coming to Mass was like, it was just like, imagine you go to a room full of wisdom and experience. And then I learned about the things that they do. Like, for instance, Sister Catherine would go to the border. I learned a lot from Sister Judy Pat, because I was not the traditional student. And so she told me, you think you're old? Look, I've been doing this. Like, age was not a barrier. It was not a challenge. And then I learned about how they help the undocumented students and how they built the program for single mothers. And so for me, that was like, what? They can do all these things? Yeah, it wasn't there. They just had the student come, and then they say, how can we help the student? Next thing you know, there's a program. So those two, the work that Sister Dr. Stephen, which I used to just see, okay, she's just the president. I didn't know all the work behind that. And they're constantly doing something. They never stop. So me coming to Mass was like an aha moment for me, because I saw that things can be done. And I saw that you just have to, they will point you. If somebody, like, for instance, I will go to see Judy Pat, and she said, she's better than Google because she was always in the library, and she would tell me, talk to this sister, this sister, the sisters, and then they'll point me to the right direction. So, and I always tell the students, just go to Mass. I used to come, now I used to come here for finals because I needed the enlightenment, and now it became a friendship. And now I'm a Sister of Mercy. I had no idea about becoming, not Sister of Mercy, associate. They approached to me because they see what I've been doing. I like to help the immigrants, and I fight for justice, and I fight for women. So they saw that on me. And I was so happy, and I'm blessed that God pointed me to the right direction, because sometimes that's what we need, a little guidance. And that's what I found here. I do a lot of volunteer work. I go to the Consulate of Guatemala twice a week just to listen to people, to see what the questions they have. I have a legal background, so I can help them point to lawyers or organizations that they can help. So I help a lot of the immigrant. I've been an interpreter and an immigration specialist for about 20 years. So my role, I will say, is help the immigrant community. At Mercy Associates, I do go and help out sometimes at this nonprofit. It's called Omaha Welcome Neighbors. And so what we do, we just bring food and talk to the immigrants that they just came and help them, integrate to the community. I will say that if you don't meet them personally, you see their footsteps, the legacy. If you're curious, you will ask questions like, how did this college become a college, or these programs? And you will find out that someone was behind. And I did ask, we're gonna have more Sisters of Mercy, and we are having more. So I will say that just be curious and pay attention and ask questions. We shouldn't have fear to ask for questions. We shouldn't have fear to be curious. And so that's one thing that Sisters of Mercy had taught me, and that's something that the legacy will go through the ones that they haven't met them. You don't have to meet them in person. You just have to see what it can be done and just follow. And if you want to be part of it, it's not difficult. I think what I would like more people to know about the Sisters of Mercy is that they're warriors in every level, and they're ready to fight. They have the armor. So, and I think we should remember that we're all warriors too, all of us. And they're funny. They're also funny, and they're always partying. All the time they have something going on. They have more social life than I do. And so I don't want people to think that because they're Sister of Mercy, they don't have a fun life. I remember they asked me, would you like to be a Mercy Associate? And I say, I don't know what that is, but can I drink alcohol? And they say, oh yeah, we all drink alcohol. The critical concern that resonates with me, it's immigration. Jesus was a refugee too, he was an immigrant. So that's my background. And I'm from Mexico. So I came here and then I stay here. So my motherland is Mexico, but I marry this country and I have my family here. So I know, I have a conviction, I know what it's like to leave everything back home and to start something new and to have a dream. The American dream, or whichever we would like to call it, and that hits me home. That hits me home, and also that we're part of this. We're part of the community. We build something beautiful, and so I like to help immigrants to remember, like, you're important. You contribute to society. You're still Christian. This is not the first time that we heard about immigrants. Jesus was an immigrant too, from different places. And so I like helping or walk them through to the immigration process because it's very complicated. But I also like to help people to help them find a place where they belong. And I was Catholic in Mexico, so I used to think, well, if I come to the US, I'm not Catholic anymore. But we are. We are. You're Catholic wherever you are. And so that's one of the things that I like to be an example for other immigrants. The spirit of mercy that kept me alive, it's hard to explain it. You feel it. It's one of those moments that you feel it. I've been to many colleges. I've been to different colleges in Nebraska and different part of the U.S. and in Mexico. But there was something different about this campus. And it was that they do mean what they say. And like I say, there's a mission and there's a vocation. And I saw that in here. If the professors, when I entered to classes, I remember the professors, they really want to be here. They're like not professors, they're educators. They really want you to learn and experience. And so they have a vocation, each of them. I say, how do you guys find good professors? Because that's hard. And how do you keep them, But now I know. It's because they have a vocation, they believe in the mission, and they live the mission. It's their life. And I think when you have a passion for what you do, it lives forever. And it's the same thing that I noticed in here. I already graduated, so I don't have to come back over here. Most people, they just get a degree and boom, you leave. But I keep coming back, and I want to be part of it because I have a passion, because I will live in the mission, and because I like what I see. I like what I see. Oh, yes. Like I say, if you're curious, you're going to find out, you're going to ask questions. It's very good to be curious. You will say, okay, who is that person? Who is Sister Macaulay? Who is the teacher? What is a Sister of Mercy? Ask questions. I used to think, because I'm very curious, sometimes that gets me into trouble. So I will say, okay, what's the difference between a Sister of Mercy and a nun? And they will explain it to me. But you have to ask the question, because that's the best way to learn anything. And so that's why I say I unconsciously didn't even know that the people I was around with were Sisters of Mercy. And even before I met them, I was already part of the mission. I just met someone that was doing aligns with the same mission I was doing. So if you have never met a Sister of Mercy in person, doesn't mean that you feel it either. Because meeting someone in person, it's not really, it's important, but what are you going to do after that? What are you going to do after you meet someone in person? You don't have to meet someone in person. You just have to see what they have done, and you can do it too. Why not? If they did it, why can you not do it? What I hope other students to take with them is that we're family now. That's what I learned. We're family. It's a small place. It doesn't matter if we don't see. It's like true family or friendship. You don't see them for a long time, but when you see them, it's like time never passed. So that's what I would like the students to know. I have found, after I graduated, I found other students that they were alumni that they graduated from here, and then we call each other sisters. And that is without thinking. It's unconsciously we're doing it. So I wish more students will know that when here, you're family. For better or worse, we're here. For today, tomorrow, forever. So I wish more students will know that you can come with us. I already graduated, have any questions, and then you'll make new friends over here for the rest of your life. If I meet a younger lady to come here, I will say go talk to them. Just ask any questions. There's no dumb questions, just ask any questions. And then just have a conversation. That's all you need. And then the rest is history. So don't think you're by yourself. I never want any girl to think that they're by themselves, because there's always support out there. So don't feel insecure, don't feel shy, don't leave all those things on the side. Because sometimes when we're young, we think too many things. We think everybody's looking at us. And when you get older, you figure it out, okay, no one is looking at you, okay? So go talk to a sister of Mercy or Mercy associate, and the wisdom just comes from experience. It's not from a PhD or a master's degree. It just comes from experience. So go talk to anybody. Don't be by yourself. Don't be by yourself, because you're not by yourself. The simple things. What makes me feel special with them are I look forward coming to Mass on Sunday, because the message is very direct. It's a different audience, very unique audience. It gives you the strength, because we're in a mission, right? So it gives you the strength. Having coffee time with them after Mass, we have coffee time and we talk. So it's like therapy. It's like that injection that you need for you to get your energy too. Yes, I think that's what that's how I find out about all these other programs that I have helped, being able to participate. But just the simple things, just coming to Mass, having coffee time, and the rest is, next thing you know, we're like going to the border. Next thing you know, we're going, somebody went to Africa. So listening to those stories gives me the strength to not worry too much about the little things. Because sometimes I worry too much about the little things when they're nothing. So coming over here gives me the strength to move forward and say, okay, this is the mission. Yes, it's not going to be easy, but it's not mission impossible. Move forward. So I think coming to a group of people that believe in you makes you stronger. Most of the Sisters of Mercy were professors, educators, but very, very, very different one. And the way I said different is like, it was just in teaching. They were like, no, if I don't like this law, I'm going to challenge. Many of them got arrested. They're not as scared to get arrested because they're fighting for justice. Because I learned from them that not saying anything is also making a position. If you look the other way, you also agreeing with something that is not fair. And so no, they're ready to go to jail. They're ready to fight with what they believe. And so I learned that from them. I remember that sometimes if you don't have resources, you can still make it happen. I remember they told me the story of the sisters that they were brought here and they were promising that they were gonna have a college, and it was only like a room with the piano. And next thing you know, the sisters were like, I guess we're gonna teach piano lessons. And next thing you know, they did that. So I like how the way they approach things, that like in Mexico we say, you can make a soup out of a rock, but you will make a soup. So it's the same thing in here. They can make things out of anything. And that's the spirit I want to have. Obviously, all of them inspire me because I don't want any fights. But Judy Pat, oh, she was my girl. We would go to lunch together. She was in the library all the time. I used to go to the library. That's how I met her. I confessed to her many things. That's how close I felt with her, that I have the confidence to talk to her. And she was very, very wise. Very, very sassy too sometimes too. She would not be afraid to talk to gentlemen or anybody. She definitely was not afraid to talk to anybody. When I have doubts, I remember she used to say, "You'll be fine. Keep going." Obviously, when I come to Mass, that's when I really feel her. Sometimes I still don't think that she's gone. I still feel her. She used to sit over here on the front row, and she's the one that had patience with me because I forget how to, if you stop going to church, you forget what are the things that you're supposed to do. But we shared the book. Every Sunday I will see her here. And then when she got sick, I used to go visit her too. And each time every time I come, I say, man, I see that road and she's not there anymore. It's painful, but I know she's still with me. I still feel her. So Judy Pat was my girl. She was my bestie. And the other sister, Sister Catherine, Catalina, I call her, Katy. I got closer to her because we had someone from Honduras come over here, and he was a water defender. And so we were talking about that. And I got closer to her. And then I find out that she used to go to jail, visit immigrants. She used to go help asylum seekers. She goes to the border all the time and help. And then I said, wow, that's a different help. Because sometimes we say, oh, yeah, I support immigrants, but we just only say that. No, she was doing the work. She will go to jail. She complete forms. She goes to the border. She knows where she knows where the help is needed. And so I said, wow. And she's in her 70s. And I'm complaining, that I'm tired. And so that's her. And obviously, Dr. Steven, the way she speaks, I want to be like her. She knows how to speak about any dilemma. It makes you resonate, makes you question. And I say, oh my God, I want to be like her. And so I want to be around women like them. Because you want to be in the room where there's smart people around you so you can learn. And so those three, obviously, and there's so many more, but those are the top three.